Hey man, how's it going? Yeah, of course I'll give you some investment help. Yeah, what do you want to know? Yeah, Roku? You really want to buy Roku stock? Dude, yeah, hold on, I'm getting another call. Yeah, hey, how's it? You want to buy Roku stock? You want to buy Roku stock too? Why is everyone buying Roku stock right now? Hey everybody, welcome to Young Money Investments. In today's video, we're going to be talking about why Roku has run up so much and why, if you are currently invested in Roku, it is time to sell. This is not a good company to be in right now, and I can't wait to do a follow-up video on this a little bit later on. So if you have not really been following Roku stock, the reason I'm making this video is because let's take it to the charts and we can explain why it is going so crazy and why I am making a video on this one particular stock right now. So taking a look at Roku right now, back on December 24th of 2018, Roku was sitting at a low of $26, you guys. $26. Currently today, it is up here at highs of 96.31. We are talking about a run of nearly 265% on Roku in basically less than 6 months time. If you took it from the beginning of the year on January 1st, you are talking about in a 5-month period, almost 6-month period, 142% run. Now, this is always the question that I ask investors when they want to get into a stock like this that just seems to have no ends, no limits, no ability to put the brakes on it and start to reverse. I always ask them, why would you want to buy this high? If it was worth so much, if it was a good company, why didn't you buy it back at $26 6 months ago? That's the big question. Yes, they've done okay in their earnings reports. You take a look here at the charts as well. You're gonna see they posted a slight profit on their previous earnings right here. This was back in February, but you do see that they overall had they still had beat analysts' expectations on how negative they were going to be. Nevertheless, they were still negative and they continued to pop and rise and run. Now, again, RSI has been so oversold on the 180-day chart here. We're talking about RSIs of 87. Currently, we're sitting at an RSI of 84. Roku, it just does not make any sense when this company was trading so cheap down here at $26 for it to now be valued in less than a 6-month time period at $96 and have such a almost 3x. Very soon we could easily hit a 3x valuation in that short a time. And that's why I predict that Roku stock is going to have a correction. Hear me out. So taking a look on FinViz, you can see a couple very important key indicators on why I believe it is time to start buying put options and why I've actually bought $90 strike price options, put options on Roku expiring June 26th or 28th, I believe it is, of 2019, as well as holding a short position over 400 shares currently against Roku. So will I say that I am very bearish on Roku and I have a reason to be bearish on Roku? Yes, I will totally admit that I'm biased because the amount of money that I have invested in a short position in Roku. With that being said though, I'm going to explain why these indicators indicate that this is not a good buy, and in fact it should have quite a substantial pullback here fairly soon. So taking a look here at some of the key indicators, it has a market cap of $10.11 billion. It has a negative income stream. It is net negative. It is not even turning a profit right now. It is bringing in revenue, but it is not a profitable company yet. Sales, $812.6 million. No dividends, no dividend yield percentage, has a little over 1,100 employees. It is shortable, there is options. There is obviously their P to S, so price to sales. There is no price to earnings because again, guys, this company is not profitable right now and has not been profitable, I believe, since their IPO. Again, don't quote me on that. The big indicator that I want to talk about here on Roku though, and why I believe it has squeezed up so tremendously much over the past couple weeks and even the month, is because of this guy right here. Taking a look at the regulatory filings on Roku, coming out on March 12th of 2019, Roku issued $100 million worth of common Class A stock. That is a lot of stock, you guys. Interestingly enough, the two big players that are distributing their Class A common stock is both Chase as well as Citigroup. Interestingly enough, if you do read through all of this legal jargon and legal rigmarole, here you're gonna see Citigroup and everything and how they are the ones obviously, putting it out, blah, 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 blah. Interestingly enough, if you come down here to, I need to find it right here. Right here. Insider transactions and then institutionally owned. This is a very key indicator for Roku stock. The reason why I say this indicator is important for Roku is because 69.9% of Roku is institutionally owned. That means that the big boys, the ones that can affect and fluctuate stock prices of the company, are buying this up and manipulating this price to continue to ride up, sucking in more retail traders, pushing and forcing that stock price up until one day they go, it is too overvalued. We are going to dump our stock. Analysts continue to raise their price targets. Right now, I believe Roku has a price target of $110, and analysts raise their price target from $90 to $110. This stock very well may see a run up of over $100. It's very possible, very, very likely in the realm of things. Taking a look at the charts here, again, we're seeing it right now at 96. We've never seen it that high. We are currently at all-time highs. If you do take a look on the 3-year chart here, we are at all-time highs, but we are very close to that $100 price point, and I would not be surprised if we ever saw that. Again, taking a look at this 3-year chart, anytime that it did finally start to run up in here, you see that it did eventually come down and tank. And again, right now we are sitting at one of the highest RSIs on the 3-year chart. We're sitting at a 75 RSI. You pull this thing down to a 1-year chart, you're looking at RSI roughly of about 84. You pull it up to a 180-day chart, you're looking at about an RSI. Well, my brokerage just completely crashed. All right, guys, so going back to the charts here, like I said, looking at the RSI here on the 180-day chart, we're sitting at about an 86 RSI to be precise. Now, again, this is just a very big indicator to me that this is due in part to a pullback. There is no reason that right here at earnings, it should have ran over almost 50%, over 50% of a return off of earnings when this is still a company that is not profitable. There's still basically it's being manipulated. That is really at the end of the day the heart of why this company is running so much. Fidelity, for example, owns 7 million shares of Roku. So sometimes we look at this and we go, isn't it a good thing that an institution owns shares of a company? Yeah, under normal circumstances, yes. It means that some of the bright minds and some of the analysts that are at these companies sees value in these stocks. When it's 70% institutionally owned, that is where it starts to get a little risky, and you start to wonder what their ulterior motives are for when they're releasing statements about the company that they're invested in. Of course, they're going to be biased. Again, of course, I'm biased right now because I have my money tied up in Roku. But the problem is with these big, large investment funds is they have a way to manipulate the stock price to force it up because of their analysts and the ratings that they come out with on these companies. So if you are currently invested in Roku, I'd love you to leave a comment why you are still in Roku, how high you're planning on riding this up. If you're not in Roku, what are your plans? Are you gonna plan on getting in on this short? Are you gonna plan on watching it and see what happens? Are you gonna jump in and long this like I would highly not recommend doing? I'd love to know. I'd love to know in the comments section. At the end of the day, if I was in Roku, I would be selling right now. There's really very little upside potential that this company now has after Friday's massive push up. I think this company is really getting overvalued. It's been overvalued for quite some time now, and it's only a matter of time until these institutions end up dumping their shares. If you've not already, please hit that like button. It helps me get the channel out there a little bit more with the YouTube algorithms. It helps me so that other people can view this content. If you haven't and you enjoy this channel, I'd love to have a new subscriber. And if you want to actually trade with me on a daily basis, if you want to get in and help and kind of join our great community, there is also a link in the description to the private mentorship where I go live on a daily basis, call out all the positions I'm shorting, when I'm getting in, when I'm getting out, what the things are that I'm seeing in order to be taking that short. And we also have lots of other traders in there, traders that do options, long-term investors, swing traders, you name it. Young Money Investments has pretty much everybody and every style of trader in there, with the exception of OTC stocks. I think so. I think that's pretty much it. So thanks so much for tuning in to Young Money Investments, and I will catch you guys in the next video. Just remember, if you're in Roku, you better get out now.